And we're live. At least I hope so. Still kinda new to this thing. I'm still gonna wait like a minute or two, since it's not technically 9 o'clock yet, at least not on my clocks. Is there an in-game clock I can go by? I wonder. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. I don't think so. Can I move this? I can. I think I'll do it like this. Yeah, as said before, the game doesn't actually have a looping music soundtrack, so we only hear this text construct growling and snarling every once in a while while we're waiting here. And as said before, I am pleasantly surprised by the amount of, well, I'm not certain it's new players, but at least new characters on the server. We'll see about... we'll see how long that lasts. I'm not sure, like, from what I know, it's fairly common to farm basically achievements in the game for favor, which then can be used to unlock a few things. I think there's like 1 or 2 classes, 1 or 2 races that can be unlocked with favor, instead of being bought by for real money through microtransactions. So I know some people farm favor from alts, from new characters, just getting to I think 100 favor is the soft cap, and then it takes a long time to get another 100, I think. But then for 100 favor, you can get 25 of the premium currency, basically. I know this from research into the game before I downloaded and purchased it. Well, I purchased the VIP. The game is technically free to play, although from what I hear, playing completely free to slurring my words. Playing completely free to play is kind of tricky and is a very different, generally experience to just casually playing the game. You will very quickly, supposedly, find kind of a progression wall where you would need to either farm favor to unlock stuff or pay to unlock quests, adventures, and stuff that actually lets you level up and continue the progression. But yeah, another random tangent. Those will be definitely common around here. Let me actually get my headphones and we'll be starting. And there we go. Just so nothing from the game bothers you guys. It is possible, as mentioned before, you might hear my cat being annoyed that I'm not paying attention to him 24/7. Might also hear me reaching for my tea to keep my voice. And after last night, I have to admit, my throat was pretty sore. I guess I'm just not used to speaking for long periods of time. But I definitely look forward to building up a durability or resistance to that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's start by maybe dealing with this guy to see if I can buy or sell some stuff. Okay. I can... this is the buy section. I can buy a tower shield that is apparently not really that much better. Okay, so I don't know what that means. Maybe that I can use it, but I'm not proficient in it, maybe? There's a robe, there's some stuff. I can buy potions, or... Is it actually 5 platinum? Okay, I have 35 platinum, so okay, that's not that crazy of a price, I guess. Yeah, what I find interesting is that the game says that every type of currency is worth 10 of the lower type of currency, so 1 platinum is worth 10 gold, and 1 gold 10 silver, and so on. But it keeps tens and even hundreds here in lower tier currencies. I don't quite understand why it wouldn't just round up to the highest currency and just leave the other currencies on just singular amounts. Like I actually have more than 32 platinum. I have like 38. Just if the 6 gold was transferred. But anyway, let's see what else I actually need. I think I needed some of those. Yeah, a level 1 artificer material component. Basically, if you're casting spells, you need material components. This is for clerics. Is there one for paladins? Bard, sorcerer, warlock, wizard, alchemist, and druid. It doesn't look like there is one for paladin. Maybe it becomes available later, or it tells me to use like a cleric's slash favored soul material component as a paladin. We'll see. For now, there isn't anything I really want to buy, but there is a bunch of stuff I definitely want to sell. So I don't think I'll be using this quarter stuff. So we'll be selling that. It's 88 platinum. Let's see. Okay, so it automatically just puts it here and lets me choose to sell or clear. That's kind of nice. It's more of a trading window, I guess, than just a buy and sell system like in most games. There's a longsword that I don't really see myself using. Okay, I was kind of freaked out last night about the base value of this weapon, but we only get like around 10% of the value, it seems. Let's see, 88, and it's worth 800. Yeah, so 11% of the value? That's really not great, but I don't think I will be able to, like... I mean, I guess I could hold on to it. How are we with inventory space? We're kind of full, actually. These gems, I don't know if they're used for anything outside of just being sold. I'm hoping not, because I'm going to sell them. Although, since there is a sell gems button here, I imagine it probably... Yeah, it automatically actually sells them right away. And he gave us 18 platinum pieces. That's for what the other P stands for. At least I imagine from playing Dungeons and Dragons regularly. But it didn't sell this one. Well, I don't know why. Maybe it only pulls full packs? I don't know. Anyway, let's get rid of everything else we're not using. We're not going to be using this, or are we? This gives us plus 2 HP, plus 1, plus 23 impulse, so we actually do want to use that. Let's swap into it then. Okay, and now we can sell this one. And this blade. and this Scepter of Necromancy, and Scepter of Repair, and a short bow and a short sword. I don't need really arrows or these things or bolts, since I'm not going to be using ranged weapons, at least for now. I already have this amulet. I think I already have better goggles. Yeah, I have goggles that let me hit more, and I want to hit more often rather than deal more damage when I do hit. I don't really need alls of repair. We will definitely keep any potions. I can't use the scroll anyway, so I'll actually sell that. I'll keep those for now, since it didn't auto-sell when I pressed the sell gems button. Maybe they do have an alternative use. So for now, let's also maybe keep one of those in case I do want to throw something like lure an enemy or something. I'll keep the axes since they deal more damage than the daggers. Although if it's only for luring, then I guess it doesn't matter, and I should probably sell the throwing axes since they're more expensive. So we'll do that. And let's sell. Okay, so we've got a lot more wealth now. Roughly 450 platinum from just selling stuff in our inventory that I wouldn't be using anyway. I'm kind of bummed there doesn't seem to be a way to automatically sort the inventory. I guess I can't sell these rusty weapons we found in the other dungeon, so I'm going to just destroy them. Since I'm not going to be using them, I'm not going to be using this rag anyway either. I'm not going to be using this shield, and another rusty sword, and another rusty mace. Alright, so as stated last night, now we're gonna just walk around town and see what other quests we have to do here. If there are any quests that require us to leave the town, we'll hold on to those for now. Let's see, Handsome Whelm. A moment of your time, adventurer. I would like to hire your services. I can offer a choice of items from our cargo as payment. Okay, let's see. My mistress Drusen de Jorasco was assaulted and kidnapped. They were undead, obviously minions of some villain. I followed them to some decrepit catacombs hidden in the wilderness of Cortus Island. It's at the base of a river inlet underneath the south end of a long river cutting through the middle of the island. I would hire you to travel there and rescue my mistress. Does this job offer sound reasonable? Sure. So that is one quest that we'll hold on to until we actually leave the town. Let's see who actually is this Di Jorasco woman. The mistress often travels on behalf of House Jorasco. Unfortunately, we were waylaid by that troublesome dragon. Okay, so you want me to rescue your employer, and he basically repeats the last dialogue. So, quite reasonable. Have my reward ready when I return. Okay. So that's definitely a quest we'll hold on to, but ignore for now at least. Let's see what other quests we have. I know we have a main quest sort of deal by the gates, but I imagine that one will be sending us out into the wilderness, so I'm just going through other quests first. Oh, it's you. I beseech you, hero. Something terrible has happened. My daughter, Arisa, has been kidnapped. We heard her scream in the night, but by the time we got to her room, she was gone. Okay, is there anything that can be done? I think she's being held with other prisoners at the Old Canith Aqueduct. They're being taken there one by one for indoctrination. The Canith Aqueduct is on a rock cliff at the easternmost tip of Cortos Island. To get there, someone would need to cross all of this island's wilderness. Then that person would need to find a path to climb up and gain entrance to the aqueduct at the top of the cliff. It's our only chance to rescue the prisoners. I beg you, hero, bring my little Risa back to me. Okay, I can do that for you. So that's another quest that leads us outside. Seems we won't have any more quests within the city, which is kind of strange. I thought there was one more dungeon here. I can't remember. Were we down here? Oh, I think this was the... That was the dungeon for the guy that couldn't read, that wanted us to get a scroll on dragons. The guy over there, Linus Wire. Okay, so maybe that is all the dungeons that are here. Let's talk with Ursa Jersenvard then and see what's going on. Listen, I know you've been helping around the village, but this is serious. I've been talking to Keija, and I'm convinced Lars Hayton is alive. I didn't find him in the Hayton family crypt, though. Okay, no, not in the crypt. If you breathe a word of this to anyone undisable of you, okay, great. Starting on the right foot, I guess. Okay, here it is. I saw Lars Hayton at the old Canith manufactory in the flesh. One moment he was there, and then, if Hayton's actually alive by Doldorn, we can help. He can help us find him, Paladin, acquire his assistance wherever it takes. If you head out to into the wilderness of Cortos Island, you'll see all the ruins. On the right side of the path, climb to the top of the ruins, and there you'll find the passage into Canith Manufactory. I'm sorry, I'm reading a few words incorrectly. The font is kinda. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the font is honestly throwing me off a little bit. Okay, let's agree to find Lars Hayton, and I guess all of our quests are now taking us outside the village. So you'll see a different kind of a adventure / dungeon, where instead of entering a dungeon for a quest, we are going out into the wilderness. It has some of the same settings, although I cannot pick the harder difficulty modes. I'm not sure if that's the case for all wildernesses or only this one. I will create a new instance just in case. I am thinking that might have been the problem that caused us the infinite loading screen last night. So unless I am certain this will not be an issue, and I will look it up later, I'll just keep always create a new instance for now. So yeah, let's go out into the wilderness. And here is our friend Ingram. It was the Ironforged that helped us in the tutorial quest. Yeah, and this is kind of a general exploration quest, which, like I said, you don't actually get experience, or I don't think at least you get much experience from just killing enemies, but you do get these quests where you have to kill a specific number of enemies or specific enemies to just gain some rewards. But let's head out to the wilderness and see what we can find. I also know it's very important, at least early on, to thoroughly explore every location, since only after discovering all 12 here basically points of interest only then you'll gain the experience bonus, and I think you also gain a little bit of experience with every point of interest you discover, so that's also a way to get a bit stronger. Now we have this guy here, Gunnar Bowerson, who's a scout and apparently has a quest for us, so let's see what he needs. Old, are you a friend of or foe? What is your business? I'm working with your father Sigmund. Well then, I could use your help. The Swahagen have found a great beast imprisoned beneath the island since the Age of Giants, and they're trying to wake it up. That doesn't sound good. The beast is kept in eternal slumber by an ancient device, far underground. The Swahagen have sabotaged it, but if you can sneak into the underground complex at the bottom of this cliff, you should be able to reactivate it. It's our only hope. And obviously you're not gonna help me, because that's just how RPGs go. But yeah, alright. And he says the quickest path is to just jump down, but there is a path behind him. Okay. I'm gonna actually go with the path, thank you. I don't frankly enjoy the idea of just potentially plummeting down to my death. So let's walk around, kill a few enemies on the way there. There's a path over there that we can take, but we'll save that for later. For now, let's see how we can get down here. We can jump a bit. It's not the greatest mobility options, but it's there. And there is a warrior here that actually called in some reinforcements. Let's kill those guys and enter the underground complex dungeon. And we already have 4 out of 10 enemies slain. I think after you complete one version of the quest, you get another one. I'm not sure if that's the case with all of them. I think the Explorer one either upgrades just so until you find all of the points on the map, while or that's the one and only and final version of the quest. But I'm pretty sure the Slayer quests get another tier after you complete one of them. Okay, let's go into the underground complex. As we've discovered last night, it's not that imposing to go on a hard level, so let's do hard. Especially since this says that normal is for level 1, hard is for level 2, and we are level 2, so let's go with hard. Elite is for level 3, so I'll skip on that. We'll see. If this proves to be easy, I'll maybe redo the quest on a harder difficulty. Let's hope we don't... okay, yeah, it loaded up fine. So let's go.
Damp and fetid as the ancient tunnel descends.
Okay, so we're in some sort of aqueduct area or something. We have an enemy that kinda went all over the place when we entered, but it's fine. There doesn't seem to be anything interesting over here, so let's just go. Don't know if... Okay, so this water actually pushes us down. That's interesting. So it's gonna be kinda tricky to go upstream. Let's hope that doesn't become an issue later on. Let's kill this whelp. To rang a bell. I imagine that's to summon more enemies. Yep, here they come. Let's use some of our basic martial skills, saving our smites for now. And don't mind taking a little bit of damage since I have the potions. And also I think I should have the... what's it called? Lay on Hands now. Yeah, I have Lay on Hands, which basically allows me to heal myself, a friendly target, or damage an undead target. I'll drag this over here, maybe instead of the ring. I'll swap intimidation out for now. I think you can have like multiple action bars. I might if I need to, I might just create a separate action bar for more passive effects that I can just simply click on when I need to, rather than having them all on the basic quick bar that lets me use shortcuts, basically. Okay, it feels like there's something hidden. There's definitely a hidden enemy. Let's see. Okay, so he's dead. Let's see if we can find the thing we spotted. It doesn't seem like it. Unless it's here or here, maybe? Yeah, no, our search skill is just not good enough, unfortunately. I can't reach those, unfortunately. Let's just go.
The tunnel splits here. Which way to the giantish device?
Giantish device. Okay, well, this way is open, so let's at least see where it takes us. Let's use our smite on the Swahagan warrior just to make it quicker, take less damage. And let's go this way. At least see what this path entails. Oh, okay, so this just closed on us and there is some acid traps. And there's a whelp over there. Can we entice it to come over here? Maybe? Okay, it took damage from the acid, that helps. Let's kill the enemy and then try and time this. And I think we did it, okay. So just a bit of a trap. And I imagine this valve is opening this door, right? Okay.
The sound of distant snoring warns you that you are not alone here. If you're careful, you may be able to take the sleeping guards by surprise.
Okay, well, I am a pretty clumsy Dragonborn with not a lot of dexterity or stealth skill, and I am wearing a lot of heavy armor, but let's try to sneak, I guess. And let's see if we can, in fact, get a jump on someone. Okay, there are some enemies, let's see. Yeah, no, they're waking up. But, I don't know, maybe it did help. Maybe they would have gotten up before I even got here if I didn't sneak. Let's see if any of the barrels or crates have anything interesting. It doesn't look like it. And it seems like I have to probably turn these valves, open this door. There should be another valve somewhere. There's probably hurts, so let's not go too close to that. And let's see here. Okay, another sleeping guy, and they get up pretty much the same speed, so I imagine I just simply didn't manage.
The guard collapses to the floor. But what are they guarding?
Didn't manage to sneak to the other guys, since they got up as well. I imagine there might be like a sneak attack animation, or maybe like a buff or something, if I had been able to use stealth successfully. But on this character, I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's search, just in case. I don't think... yeah, doesn't let us see anything. Let's walk around this way and see what's inside the door. Is it just open, or... yeah, it's open.
The extravagant gong in this room looks capable of
Whoa,
truly
ouch.
ear-shattering noise.
Okay. So that's where the old air is coming from. Let's see if we can close this, maybe? Oh. Okay, this actually opens this. Can I close the door? Okay, I think that closed the door, but I still hear hissing. Is there another something that I activated with this, maybe? I imagine we're meant to hit this gong, and I think that's gonna shatter the ice. I have a very vague memory of this
With the
dungeon.
gong's reverberations, you hear a slight rumble from the larger room, but then it stops.
Okay. So that didn't shatter the ice. Okay, I imagine this thing probably turns off these, since these weren't here before. Okay, that seems to have done the job. Let's see about hitting the gong again.
The second strike of the gong produces the telltale sound of cracking.
Okay. Or maybe it's just needed to be hit twice and not like have something else done. There seems to be water down there, and I also see ladders to get back up, so I'm not too worried about jumping down. Let's go and see what we have here. There's a path here. And I see two levers. I imagine that's to open something underwater, maybe? Yeah, probably to open that door. Let's actually quickly see if there's anything interesting on this side. Doesn't look like it. Or at least doesn't look like I can get in there, at least. Okay. So let's pull the levers. Oh, I see you. You were trying to be sneaky. We missed with our smite. Okay, is there another one? No. Good, let's pull the lever. That's one of them activated. Let's go to the other one. And I might use my lay on hands soonish, since we're getting a bit hurt. Let's see. Yep, there's another enemy down here. Let's try smiting, hitting, ripping, and he's dead. Okay. Let's activate the other lever. Activated. And I imagine we have to swim down here.
You spot a rusty hatch
I'll
submerged in the putrid water.
Okay, I'll try just swimming through. If it turns out to be a very long swim, okay, it isn't a long swim. But if it was, we also have the ring that lets
Emerge from
us.
the murky water with great relief. The air seems slightly cooler here.
Okay, the area is cool here. And apparently there is something to spot. Let's see if we can find something. Wow, we actually found something. Okay, there's something in the wall. A warrior and some rest shrines. That's actually helpful. And there is also a path over here that leads us up. And there is a valve that might open the door, maybe? Yes, it does. Is this just going back up the large room? Yep, okay. So this just leads back up here. That's kind of useful. Now, question is... Okay. Getting down the ladder is a little tricky. That's fine. Okay, so rather than using my lay on hands, I'll actually just rest. And let me see if it also recharges. I don't think it does. I think lay on hands is just once per rest, which would mean that that's actually kind of worth, I think. going down the defensive action skill line or whatever to get more uses. Okay, so this actually gets us...
The temperature plunges as you ford ahead. The giantish device must be...
Okay, let's kill this guy. The guy is dead. There's another guy over here. Let's smite also. We found some shurikens. And it tells us something about ice monsters, probably because of this giant ice spider down there. Let's just look around here first. There's a chest. Let's see if there's anything interesting inside. There are actually boots inside. Let's see. It lets us cast Expeditious Retreat once per rest, and it increases our movement speed by 25% for 5 minutes. That's pretty decent. Thank you. I'll equip them. And let's see this giant ice monster. There are actually some frozen adventures and things. There's also some ice.
Ahead is the giantish device. The freezing mists it is spewing are directed the wrong way. With the
Okay,
right
let's
timing,
actually
you can get close
use
enough to
some temporary hit points. I don't like that this thing is standing right by the cold spewing geysers, since I don't want to get hit by those. Thankfully we had the fire enchantment on our weapon, so it dealt double damage. That's nice. Okay, let's come up here and see if this is... Okay, it's kinda safe. I imagine this is another just redirection puzzle, seemingly to freeze this, whatever it is. It's definitely big. Can I open the door? Okay, maybe it's for the better than I can't. Okay, so let's see. We need to get power here. So how do we do that? We can try to work backwards, so we'll have to either do this, but this... I guess it can go here. And here, and here.
The mist solidifies into ice over the ancient creature.
Whoa.
But it's not
Okay, there's another enemy.
You need
That kind of startled me.
anything of this size.
It's dead now. Now let's try powering the other puzzle piece. I hope this works. Yep. But... oh, okay, I see... wait. Okay, I don't. So this will not work. Because we can't go here. And can we go somewhere from here, maybe? Can go down here, back up here. That doesn't really help. Okay, I am thinking we might need this piece, probably, or the other one. So let's go like this. I think, yep, we can go on the wall. This is actually kinda neat, giving some three-dimensionality to the puzzle, if that's a word. And finally this thing. Okay, and now to power the other device, it's simply turning this
A
one.
layer of
Yep.
ice forms over the ancient creature, guaranteeing its slumber. Korthos is safe for now.
Okay. You'd imagine someone would get woken up by being frozen alive, but I guess not. Let's see what we find from the frozen carcasses over here. And then we'll use the finish button to go back. Again, I don't think that was massively difficult, although we did suffer some damage. I think to be safe, I'll just stick with going for hard dungeons. I won't do elites quite yet.
Steam billows from the hidden entrance to an underground complex.
Yeah, and the complex also counted as one of the 12 places we have to discover. I'm not sure how respawning works. I'm pretty sure I remember enemies respawning when you leave and enter the area, but I don't know if they then count against you killing enemies. I'm pretty sure the Slayer achievement, if you want to call it, or quest, basically requires you to just kill all enemies on the map that don't respawn unless you leave, and when you leave you could only kill the enemies you haven't killed before, but obviously by that point it's easier to just again kill everything and clear out the map to just know what you've killed before and what you haven't. Let's defeat some of these guys. Smite one-shots that guy, that's nice. We actually should probably go up back to the guy to tell him that we did the quest he wanted us to do. Let's see about getting back up. I'm not sure if we can go this way. I'm kind of glitching around a bit. I don't think we can jump that. Let's just walk this way and see if we find another way up. There's some more enemies, and I do think this is a way up. I think we just wasted a smite. That's not good. But it doesn't matter that much. Okay, yep, and we can get up here. Go here, see this guy. And get rid of that guy. And let's go back to the... I think that it's the mayor's son. Gunnar Bowerson. Let's tell him that we froze the big bad thing in the underground. You did it, wonderful. I knew I could trust you. Korthos will be safe, at least for now. Good luck, Gundor. And let's see, we can get a helm, a circlet, a hat, or a cowl. I imagine I'll be taking the buttered helm. And it increases my intimidate and haggle skills. The circlet gives me a will save. The hat gives me concentration and tumble. And the cowl gives me concentration and diplomacy. Do any of them give me actual armor? I guess not. So that's actually not that cut and dry of a decision, but I will go with the helm. Just for... Basically, I'm really curious if we can have a helmet as a Dragonborn. So let's find out. And moment of truth. There is no helmet visible on our character. Okay, let's see if that's a setting we can change maybe? Or something? Though I imagine it's probably not. It might just be a thing with the Dragonborn, as I think Vendrick said last night that they might not have helmets, or at least not all helmets will show up because of the different head shape of the Dragonborn. Okay, anyway, let's see. On my map, I do see the okay, that's too much. I do see the entrances to the dungeons that I have quests for, but I don't see the terrain. That makes sense. For now, let's just explore wherever. There are some minions. Let's just get rid of those. Yep, and now that we killed 10 enemies, we got around 100 XP, and we got the Slayer questline upgraded to now kill another 15 guys for a total of 25. So let's keep fighting the Devourer minions and the Swahagen, I guess. And we'll see about finding the exploration spots. Okay, there is a rest shrine down here with a couple of cultists. Okay, those are dealt with. I don't really need to rest at the moment. I will hit the resurrection shrine though, if I can. Okay, I'm kind of hoping that just by being close to it after finding it, it's triggered, so if something does happen, I do respawn here. And let's just keep exploring. Like, in the end, I will need to basically reveal the entire map anyway for the quests. It doesn't matter if I really stray off the beaten path now or come back to do that later. Okay, that's another minion done. That's another Swahagen. We are at the Old Canif ruins. I think we are getting close to a dungeon. We are praying down here. Okay, and there is an enemy, a Swahagen warrior. Okay, and we've slain 25 enemies, got 150 XP for it, and now we want to slay 50 enemies, so another 25 to go. As I said, I think the quest basically ends if you manage to just do a clean sweep of all the enemies on the map. But I might be wrong, it might actually require you to come back later and quote-unquote farm enemies. For now, let's just keep killing the Swahagen and the cultists. We're by a rest shrine, but I don't really need to rest, and there is a dungeon over here that we have a quest for. Let's just walk around here to make sure we're not missing anything, and let's go.
A mangled sewer grate leads to an old abandoned Canith manufactory.
Okay, so this is the Canif manufactory. I think this is the one that the main quest leads us to, so we should find the Hayten fella that got lost. Hopefully meet him here. Let's do hard, and let's enter. Alright, let's see, what do we have here?
You enter one of the laboratories where decades ago, House Canith first imbued mystical life into automatons.
Oh, excuse me, I have a phone call to take, so I'll be right back. Alright, and we can get back the game, and I'll hopefully remember to cut that be right back part in the archive, which I will be uploading to YouTube. I will upload all the archives to YouTube, since I found Twitch has a very nice feature to just export the archives out right straight into YouTube, so I don't have to worry about my bandwidth or disk space, hard drive space, I guess.
The doorway ahead has been boarded up. Oddly, the work looks very recent.
Also, I just wanted to comment right before I got interrupted that it's really cool that we find the lore of how this world's Warforged came to be. That basically they were just automatic golems created by the House Canif back in the day, and then they, I guess, gained sentience. Okay, we have to bust through some planks to find our way deeper. Let's see. Alright. So far so good. I'm honestly expecting a trap or an enemy around every corner, so excuse me for kinda being all over the place with the camera. Okay, there are some rusty iron defenders that we can thankfully take care of relatively easily. Although I imagine we won't be able to go through those without somehow turning them off. And I have a worrying memory that this hidden thing... Oh, another defender. This hidden thing that we are spotting, if we can't find it with the search... Okay, we do find it, and I imagine, and I think this is the valve to stop the trap. There are some more poison traps over there, and I think maybe here is the other valve. Here we go. Yep, here it is.
As you twist the second valve
Nice.
closed, the hissing stops.
Okay, so we can now safely go through here without worrying about the acid. There are some extra rusty iron defenders up ahead. Let's deal with those. I imagine they're probably kind of resistant to slashing damage. It would only make sense for a metal thing to be resistant. I don't know how to get in here, although I don't see much of a point. Or just some barrels only, so I think we don't need to go that way. Let's go this way and kill another defender. And search the barrels. There are some items in the barrels. There's some copper. And I can see... Ooh, potion of jumping plus 10. I imagine that increases our jumping skill by 10? Probably? Yep. Apparently I have 2 of those. I don't know if I already had one or found 2 right now. And I also see that the bonus increases based on my level, which is actually kinda cool, if that does work like that. I don't know if it's only like this because it tells me the spell effect, or if the potion actually scales as I level up. That would be really cool if it does scale. Okay, but the Rest shrines are behind the bars. I imagine I will find some way to get there. Let's go through here. And there are some barriers.
A magical barrier humming with compressed energy resolutely blocks your path. You hope you can find a way to disable it somewhere.
Okay, so time to look around for a way to disable the barrier. Let's see if there's anything interesting on top of the boxes. If we can get up. Oh, hi. Let's see, can we actually get on top of the boxes? We can, but there doesn't seem to be a point to it. There is a path over here. And there are some crystals here that I imagine have something to do with the barrier. This way is just back to the rest shrines. I don't really need to rest, so I'll skip for now. And before I do the puzzle, which I imagine is a puzzle, to disable the barrier, I want to see what's over here. So there's a big cage with 2 defenders and a chest, and I imagine I can't get through. Yep, it's locked. Do I have... I do have thieves' tools. I don't know if that's actually gonna help. I don't know even if I can use them. I don't know if that's me using them or... Can I use the tools? Do I equip them somehow? The kit includes... Okay, so I imagine this is just for a skill. Let's see if I can find the skill to open lock. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't even... Yeah, probably someone would have to teach me. Or I imagine it might actually be exclusive to some classes. Maybe it's not possible to train. We'll see. What I know is that for now this is inaccessible to me, so let's go do the puzzle. Let's see.
On the other side of this locked gate, you see a familiar sight. Caneth power crystals, like the one you saw in Korthos. But what are these ones powering?
Okay, this door is also locked. I don't like that. Maybe there's something over here? Okay, there is a valve. Does this valve open the door? It does. Okay. Okay, I was worried for a bit.
Some alchemical compound coat these humming Caneth power crystals in a hard protected layer. You also notice several valves of various sizes spread around the room.
Okay, so I imagine I have to... Yep, the quest
Upon
says...
turning the valve, you hear a definite alteration in the pitch of the hiss as the gas struggles to flow around your obstruction.
So, as the quest says, we have to turn all the valves. Imagine getting hit by those sprays wouldn't be good. Okay, there's another one here. And 2 more over here. It's honestly kind of strange that turning a valve opened a gate, but I guess I won't question it.
Without the alchemical jets coating the Canith power crystals, you can now easily destroy them.
Okay, I can destroy the
last crystal
crystals.
shatters, the hum of power slowly fades into a heavy silence.
And I imagine that killed the force field. Yep, here we go. Here we can now pass. And there is an amalgam. And here's Lars Hayton. Hello. Convince Hayton to help Kortos. Let's see, Lars Hayton. You, what have you done? My protections are gone. There is nothing stopping the Swahagen now. Stopping them from what? They're hunting me, you fool, and you've just cleared the way from them. Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry, but I had to find you. The people of Kortos need your help. Then you've wasted your time. Generations of my family fought and died while those selfish wretches did nothing. Those villagers just want me to stand in front of the Swahagen tide so they don't have to. But what about Ka and...
The Swahagen found me!
Suddenly the air shimmers with devourer magic. The Swahagen have followed you in and are attacking. Hayton's life is in your hands.
It'll take more than that to put me down, Swahagen.
Let's protect Hayton.
They wouldn't have sent so few after me. Stay alert. Malcolm, protect me! Swahagen are still blocking our escape. Watch for more attacks.
How are you? Whoa, he's actually kinda hurt. I'm going to heal him. Just because, just in case.
Scum! Keep coming! I won't die that easily.
Yeah, because I just regened half of your health. That probably helped. Oh.
Now you see what I have to deal with. Once the Swahagen get your scent, they won't stop until you're...
Swahagen Baron. Okay.
We might actually get through this. Just hold for a little longer.
And smite. Nice. Okay.
The Swahagen magic is gone. We beat them off. This time.
Poor choice
Hayton
of
looks
words,
weary
dude.
after surviving this latest attack. Perhaps you should talk to him again.
Alright. Yeah, so definitely don't want to try higher difficulties for now. At least not alone. Like, if I hadn't healed him, he would probably have died. On a higher difficulty. Even on this difficulty. Okay, let's see if he changed his mind. Will it never end? The Swahagen will keep coming until I'm dead. There is one way it can end. If we work together, we can drive off the Swahagen from Kortos Islands once and for all. I've heard talk like that before, but everyone who stood up to the Swahagen and their pet dragon is dead. What about Kaija? Are you going to let her die too, or maybe the Swahagen will tear her alive to the mountain? Don't you talk about her. No, that can't happen. I won't let that happen. Alright, I will help you. I've been doing research about the dragon and I've come to a startling conclusion. Okay, so you can actually help. I have discovered that the dragon is not here of its own free will. It is being controlled by a creature most terrible. A mind flayer from the depth of Kyber. But therein lies the key. And I have a plan which might just turn the tables. I will send Amalgam to meet you at the base of Misery Peak. When you are ready, talk to him there. I will till we meet again. Okay, so the dragon is...
Tell Ursa to hold the barricade just a little longer. Then meet Amalgam at the base of Misery's Peak when you're ready.
With Hayton finally persuaded to help, the people of Korthos might finally win their struggle.
Okay, so we earned a partial level up. We got an action point. And we are now rank 2, level 2. And apparently the dragon is here because he is controlled by a mind flayer, which is a pretty nasty enemy, to be honest. Let's see what we get from the chest. I almost left the dungeon without opening the chest. I will be honest about that. There's +2 to listening and +1 in spellcraft. I don't know. There are some rest shrines. And the map is telling me that there is something here. I'll try searching, but I doubt we'll find anything. Yeah, no. But the minimap makes me think there is something here. Oh well. I guess we won't find out. Let's leave. And I don't know if I'm gonna go straight back to giving the quest. That would give us more experience and probably some rewards.
Sewer grate leads to an old abandoned Cannith manufacturer.
But I might actually walk around the area first. I also am curious to see if... Yep, okay, so going into the dungeon also resets the enemies in the wilderness area. So now I'll also get to see if these enemies will actually count. Okay, so they do count. Huh. Okay, so just ignore everything I said up until now. You don't need to do a clear sweep of the map. It's literally just kill enemies. And the respawned enemies are fair game. Let's get rid of these guys again then. In that case it actually does make quite a lot of sense. So just go back killing enemies again, rather than, for example, using the recall function to go back to the main city. For now I'll keep exploring for a bit. See if we find another quest dungeon, or another quest for that matter. I will be ending soonish, since I've already spoken a lot today, so my throat is getting to me slowly. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep streaming. I'll probably strive for like another 15-20 minutes. Just some rats, nothing too exciting, but they do count to the kill count, so that's nice. Let's see what's down here. I'm just kinda doing a zigzag to uncover as much of the map as possible. There's some half-frozen... what's it called? River over here, and I think that would lead us to another dungeon. So that's an option to go there. There's a path over here that we can take, and there are some enemies, so let's take care of those. There is a critical hit with our might, so we just one-shot a guy. There's some more enemies. And I think maybe this is a spot we can discover.
Devourer cultists keep a watchful eye over the seas from this strategic lookout.
Yep, so by finding the place we got 115 experience, and that counted for our explorer quest, which I'm pretty sure it will give us some experience when we finish it. So when we find all the places. Some of the places are kinda obvious, like this one has like a bunch of cultists and some different like lore-based assets around. But I know for a fact there are some places which are kind of strange. Like just getting to the edge of a cliff that doesn't really look remarkable in any way will actually be a point of interest. Okay, let's see. There's a guy up here to kill. Can we jump up here to defeat him? Okay, we can go around, I guess. Okay, more enemies. As I said in the beginning of the last stream, I have played the game, so I do vaguely remember these dungeons and this entire area. Like after I see something, it rings a bell, and I kinda remember what it was. Like I know that that part over there is another point of interest. But like if you asked me where the other points of interest are, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't remember it that much. And I remember being in the first city after getting off of Kortos Island. And I probably will remember like a dungeon or two from that part. Okay, so we got some experience for leveling up our monster manual, which is this thing over here, which is basically a big book full of enemies. And we just got a level up for the Swahagin for killing 100 Swahagin. Okay, that was quick. And the next stage is for killing 500. There's also okay, so there's also like things for finding and killing different types of Swahagin, and there are different exterminator deeds based on both the character itself and also for the account as a whole. We can see how many we killed, of which type, and I'm pretty sure like there's like you can see here there's a bunch of these monster manual books. I don't know that I have all of these books. Okay, apparently I do. I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that you have to buy those, so I imagine this might be a VIP thing. So being a VIP gives me access to all of the monster manual volumes, which is basically just this stuff, but for basically all enemies. Where as I slay enemies of a certain type, I can gain some extra experience as rewards. Okay, anyway, let's go and try to unlock this point of interest. And that should also unlock the next tier of Slayer quests,
The
since we'll
Sawagi
kill...
keep close tabs on the comings and goings of the Korthos village citizens from this overlook.
Okay, so we got 100 experience for finding this overlook and another 230 for slaying a total of 50 enemies. And the next stage of the Slayer quest is to kill 100 enemies in the Korthos Island area. I will now actually use the enhancement point I got. We have 2 action points. Let's see, I think... Can I do this? Okay, it doesn't seem... Wait, why can't I spend my points? Oh, I imagine I can only spend points in the city. Or probably, I could probably do that by the rest shrines as well. But I imagine I can't just do this. Well, in any public area... Yeah, I can spend them well in a public area, and I'm technically not in a public area, but in an instance. I'm not sure how Wilderness works in terms of being public or private. I don't know if, for example, if I hadn't used the option to always create a new instance, if I had other players running around here, or if it's the same way as with dungeons, which where it's just an instance for a party. Okay, we are getting a bit far away from this area. I don't know if there is much more to have to see around here. I might just go back there at some point and do a clean sweep. For now, let's just keep playing enemies as we find them. And let's see how many other places we can discover. I don't think, yeah, the map doesn't show us any points of interest that would tell us whether or not, it doesn't show us that this was a point of interest for the Explorer Korthos Island quest. I'm curious to see if I have a journal of some sort, quest journal. There we go. I want to see if the Explorer... Okay, so there is lore, and it tells us where what we have to find on the Korthos Island Explorer. That's actually kinda good. So we can also see which one we already had. We already found, I mean. Okay, let's see over here. There's some sacrifice going on. Okay, so they created a zombie. Honestly, I would imagine that a intelligent human guy that's based on the color of his robes usually can cast magic is more useful to your cult than a brainless zombie, but what do I know? Let's keep looking around. Okay, that was a lot of lag. Thankfully nothing too bad happened, we just took some damage. Probably more than I would have if the ability is triggered right away. But it's not that big of a deal. Especially since I see shrines, so you can rest. So let's make our way here. Okay, here are some rest shrines, resurrection shrine, and here is another quest dungeon, and I think there is a point of interest at the end of this aqueduct pipe. Like I said before, like technically you can see in your quest journal that you do want to discover the dilapidated aqueduct, but like to me this would be the thing. But to actually find the dilapidated aqueduct, you just have to, I think, just walk down here. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. It's probably over there. Okay, but honestly, my throat is starting to kill me, so I think I'll just walk around for a bit longer. See if I can find some more enemies to kill and maybe just kind of stumble across another point of interest. And if not, I'm just gonna recall. Since I'm pretty sure that after I leave the game, after streaming, it would just kick me back to the city gates anyway. So I'll just do that on my own manually. Are you sure you want to recall? Recalling. And we'll give him the quest. Tell Peja that we found Hayton. And that'll be all for today. And we'll spend our action points. Okay. Well, you're taking your time finding Hayton. It's not as if all our lives are at stake. Well, thanks for your confidence. Actually, I already spoke with Hayton. He's alive and well, and he has a plan to get rid of the dragon. Yes, he does. Thank Doldorn. Aja was right about him after all. Alright. And right about you. Well, now we have a chance. Don't hang around here, get out there and do whatever it is he told you to do. Thanks for pushing me around more. Don't worry about a village, I'll hold the Swahagan his as long as I have to. Go to here, I'll get going, and we get a cloak, or a spike, but that requires an artificer class, so that doesn't help us. We can have a feather cloak, which gives us a featherfall spell, which lets us fall slowly for 30 seconds. Curative cloak, which lets us cast Cure Light Wounds, light wounds once, or a Cloak of Faith, which allows us to cast a Shield of Faith for 1 minute, which gives me a bonus of +2 to deflection AC. I think I'll go for the Curative Cloak with Cure Light Wounds. Usually I'd go for something that prevents damage rather than heals damage after I take it, but since this is just a once per day use for 1 minute, it doesn't feel that important. I feel like it's more important to just get the heal after I get hit. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's just my logic here. So let's go for the Curative Cloak.
Your finding Hayton transformed the village. It seems as if all of Korthos were holding out for news of your next great victory with bated breath.
Okay, we finished some quests. As before, we can repeat the quest if we want to. As with all the other quests. I do believe you can't actually enter the dungeons unless you have a quest for them. So if we wanted to repeat that dungeon on a higher difficulty, we would actually have to repeat the entire quests, which is basically just the dungeon, but that's just for for the future, for future reference. If I have a mission that actually requires more, for example, more than one dungeon or more walking around or stuff like that, I do think you have to repeat the entire quest line, not just you. I don't think you can just repeat a dungeon. Okay, so let's see what we can do with our action points. What do I have to have in order to do the Dragon Breath weapon? Wait, can I just choose it? Okay, I need 5 points spent in the race tree. So I have 2 points already, and I have another 2 to spend, so 2 more, and I will have enough to both unlock and actually get the Dragon Breath skill, which is kind of exciting. I will most likely go for fire. It might be a bit of a trap since I see a lot of ice and snow in this area, and it might not be true for the next area that there will be a lot of ice enemies, but I do imagine there will be some ice enemies around here, so... And, I mean, it fits with the red dragon heritage we chose at the character creation, so it just makes sense to me. Meanwhile, I can take... I don't really need this, I don't think, since I'm not, at least for now, planning on playing with someone. I'm playing on my own, so enemies are going to hit me anyway. I think you can have hirelings later on, so like NPCs that just follow you around and do stuff. And I'll more than likely have someone, so maybe then, to keep them safe, I'll see about getting this skill. But for now, let's just pump 2 more points into natural armor, since I imagine having +6 natural armor is actually good. I don't know, but I think it's probably useful. Let's see if I can see this on my armor class. Yeah, so apparently for my armor class, it's just a flat bonus of +6 natural armor bonus. And in general, this causes me to have a 70% defense chance against enemies of my level. At least that's how I interpret this. And I have a blocking armor bonus of +2, that's from my shield. So if I manage to block, I have 28 instead of 26 total armor. I think that's a good place to be. I don't know, honestly, but I won't know until I'm proven otherwise. For now, that's gonna be all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you are enjoying the story. If, as said before, if you want to catch up on the last archive, I have it uploaded on the YouTube channel already, and I will keep uploading new archives as they come up, become available for export. Meanwhile, I will be going, and see you around.